Mr. Young Trader, it is Wednesday, which is hump day, which is crude day. Now, the API report came out last night, and woo, wow, you had a build of 6 million barrels. Gasoline had a draw of 1.6 million. This list was flat, and Cushing had a build of 2.2 million. Now, remember, the EIA report will be out today at 10:30. We'll see if it all confirms. Okay, as usual, we'll take a look here at Bitcoin, at crude oil, and at natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy or sell any stock by the ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have Bitcoin, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, if we take a look here at the old Bitcoin, you can see here where we had this possible bull flag, Friday's candle negated that. We came down, put an indecision candle in, and then yesterday we rallied up nicely, just above the 21-day and into the 8-day. Now, you can see here we're kind of stuck right there, right between the 21-day and the 8-day situation. Okay, so what we're looking for here on the upside, let me big that up for you, make it a little clearer. Okay, what we're looking for here on the upside is this 8 simple moving average, okay? So that there is, we're sitting at 86.13. That's a level that we need to, like get above, okay? If we can, then this is going to be your target right here. It's going to be this 87.785. Then we'll come up to Friday's high at 88.50. Then we can work ourselves all the way up here to this 88.865. Now, if we can get above that, then we'll come over to the top of this candle, 89.380. But this is your big target, is going to be this 50-day at 91.687. And then if it gets to that area, we have to see what the reaction is. It's a blast through and go to your next level, which is this price channel here at 93.210. Or does it hit that 93.841, that 100 SMA? Now, you can see how the 50-day crossed over that 100-day. That's not really good. But your 8-day now is still very, very solidly above your 21-day, which is always very good. Okay, on the downside, this is what you're watching here today is at 85.077. If that's lost, we'll come down here to today's low. You're looking at 84.285. Then your next support level is going to be right here at that 83.800. And then we'll come down to the bottom of this candle, 82.485. And then we'll have this 81.485 level, okay? But right now here, we're just trading right here between this 21-day, okay, and that 8-day. So the market right now is it's probably going to be pretty flat today, where everybody's waiting on, I think it's at 4 o'clock. He's going to announce a resolution day or something like this here today. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out and how the reaction is going to be. Remember, it's never the news. It's the reaction to the news that matters. Okay, so always remember that there. So today, this is what we're watching is that 21-day on the bottom and then that 8-day on the top. So let's just see how this all shakes out. Now, 47 here. This is looking very, very good here. That can go either direction, but your green is over your red. That shows very, very positive bullishness, okay? So let's take a look here at the old weekly chart now. Now, weekly here, we want to do, and that's by Friday, okay? So what we're watching here, we held this nice 50-day, as you can see, way in the past, okay? Very, very nicely. But what we're watching here now, realistically, is this 8-day, okay? See, now that's 87.773. That's going to be very, very, very key level on the upside, okay? So you can see here where we held that 50-day, ran up, but went right into that 8-day, and now we're sitting here sideways. So by Friday, we're going to want to see if we can get above that 8-day and then head for that possible 21-day, or we're going to drop down and hold on to this 50-day. So let's just see how this all shakes out. Right now, we have a green candle here, so for the week, where we got 3 days left. Okay, take a look here now at crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily chart and your weekly chart. Now, you can see here, 8-day very, very nicely here. Price is still above it, okay? We had this nice big green candle. This was on the Iran situation. So always take that in consideration. You know, when you have, you're always adding something to oil. That's why I like trading oil, because there's always something. You never have to like wait for earnings or wait for this, you know what I'm saying? Even though we had the API report, EIA report, that's every week, and that's always good, okay? So yesterday what we did is we had this topping tail situation, and now today we have this, it's a little bit lower low situation. However, we could be building a bull flag here. So just be very, very cautious here. Let's just see how this shakes out. So it's sold down, but you notice that it's holding that 70.66 level, okay? Now, if that's lost, Then we're going to come to the next support is going to be that 70.25, and then right there at that 70.08. But let's just see here, if you're building a bull flag, could take a couple days here to work this all out here, and then we could zoom up higher. Now, what we're watching here on the upside, obviously, is today's high so far, 71.34. We want to come to the top of this candle, 71.83. Yesterday's high at that 72.10, and then there's your big target. It's going to be that 72.20, 75. We have to see what the reaction is. Now, if you can get above that 72.75, then we just look right here to the weekly chart, 73.58. See that 50-day? That's what we're looking for next then, okay? You rise above that, then we're going to be looking here towards that 76.01 level, which is that 100-day, okay? So always put a weekly on here. It gives you like a little bit bigger picture kind of a situation. Now, you're sitting at 57. You can see where the nice chop situation. This is plenty of room to run to the upside or to down. The green is still over your red, so that shows very, very bullishness. And again, as long as that price is above this 8 simple moving averages, it's going to be a sideways to up action. So let's just see how this all shakes out here today. Okay, so on the downside, again, watch that key 100-day. Then if that's lost, you go to the 50-day, and then we have down here to this 8-day. Now again, if that's all lost here, then we're going to be looking here to retest on this 68.21, that 21 SMA. Okay, upside here, we just watch the top of these candles here, but this is going to be your big target. If it goes up 72.75, and then we have to see what the reaction is, at the time. Does it blast through and aim for that 50-day, or does it accelerate on down? Okay, take a look here now on natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas, your daily and your weekly. All right, let me just see here. Okay, so you can see here where we had this real tight, okay, and that, see how that 8-day, how strong it is, and then we rallied up here very nicely, and then right into that 21-day here last Friday, okay. Then we put in a indecision candle. Then yesterday we had this big red candle, but you notice that it did hold the 8-day, okay. So far we're holding on the 8-day simple moving average, okay. So again, if we lose this 8-day at 3.96, then your next target is going to be the 50-day at 3.87. That's your next support level, okay? Now, if you lose this, then you can take a nice short down here. What we want to do is look at the bottom of that candle there, okay, 3.83. We'll come down here at 3.81, and then we have 3.79, and then we'll be looking for that retest of that 3.73, which is basically just the bottom of that candle there, okay? But again, right now here, you got to be very, very careful here because we had this double top. See this 425 level? I always point out, look to the left of the chart. And then right here, 425 level. See, double top, and then we sold off. But now, looks like we're holding this green candle. If we can, your upside target here, first is going to be the bottom of that candle right there, 405, and then we're going to be headed right here for this 409. Now, you get above that 409, then we're going to retest this level again here, this 425, and then we have to see if we can break out through it. If we can, then we just go right to the bottom, okay, very easy, 433, 437. That's going to be your next level. And then we come up here at 442, 447, 451, and then we'll come up here at 455 level. Okay, then we have 458, 475 over here, and then your 490 retest. Okay, but right now what to do is we're just trading between this 8-day now and this 21-day. Okay, so if you crack the 21-day, then look for this 425. That's going to be your next target. Okay, if you lose that 8-day, then we're going to be looking here for the 50-day and a possible retest here of this 373 level. Okay, now when we look here on a weekly chart, you can see here how nice this chart is. Okay, low, higher low, higher low, very, very nice. Okay, so 21-day on the upside, 50-day on the upside, 8-day on the upside, looking very, very good. So this is what we're watching here is this 8-day. That's going to be very critical. Obviously, the 200-day at that 398 there. And then if that's lost, we come down here to the 21-day. But right now we have this nice good sideways action, and we're holding here. By Friday, we want to make sure that we hold that 8 simple moving average, and this chart is still very, very bullish, very, very much intact. Okay, so again, nothing's going to go like straight up now. Natural gas is pretty wild, but when you look at this chart here, it's a very, very nice chart because you got just a nice bottom left, upper right kind of situation. Okay, so yesterday was a nice good trade in the KOLD, but now if we hold this 8, I'll be looking to get into the UNG and at least take it here to the 21-day and possibly maybe even higher. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here midday trading. We'll take a look at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas, and then we'll see what else we can throw in the old mix. Now remember, There could be a lot of news coming out today, a lot of speculation, a lot of this, a lot of that here. But just remember, it's not the news that matters. It's going to be the reaction to the news that's going to matter. All right, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.